Hello, Terry, and welcome to your natal chart reading. Let me close this right quick so it won't get in your way. So we can get into this thing here, this pie, cookie, pizza thing, which is a representation of your life as Terry, because Terry has been many different names, races, religions, genders, even like things from plant to animal over the course of hundreds or possibly even thousands of years. Because when your soul first entered Earth's atmosphere, you had the goal of going through so many experiences that you gained enough lessons for you to go wherever you wanted to when you returned to the multiverse. So this essentially is the script for your life as Terry. With that being said, these dark areas in the middle represent the way that the sky was set up at the time that you were born. In this life, they reflect as the energetic frequency of your consciousness and the guiding force on your path, which is the path of the Aquarius, somebody learning to be a part of the group, working for humanity, working for the revolution, for the sake of other people, being a helper, a part of the team. This is something that you will go through from the beginning of your life through the day that you end it. Now, on this path, you have a backlight, which represents what you've already done. And for you, it has to do with being through life-changing partnerships. And in this life, you will do that one more time in order for you to understand why you did not want to do that. Typically, this is first sort of hit upon at the age 19 and a half to 20, just to give you a reference of the first time you might have felt like a partnership was a little bit dramatic for you. But in this life, you're supposed to remember that and then move towards what your goal was when you exited last time. And for you, that was being independent and earning your own belongings. You wanted your own money, and you purposely had several things held off in this life for you so that you could move towards being somebody who was really aggressively out there getting their own money, so to speak. So with that being said, we are going to go around and discuss all the houses here and just give you an idea of your script of the character that you were essentially method acting. With that being said, let's get cracking. I particularly like to start with the hardest place in the chart, and that's typically this 12th house. But for you, you don't have any planets here, which means that you just have to worry about the energies of the karma that is left over. And for you, that has to do with making a legacy for yourself and being a part of the group, which really stands out here because this being a part of the group is in your first house. This means essentially to other people, you appear as the rebel, the hippie, the person who is a little bit stranger than others with a little bit of alien energy. But underneath, they don't understand that you have all of this very sensitive channeling energy, which is sort of your wound, like it's your blessing and your curse. You are able to channel energies, you are able to see things in your dreams, and these are actually things that are meant to be used in your business that you share with other people. If you didn't understand that before, make sure you have some selenite or some clear quartz because you pick up a lot of energy. You can also attract people to you that are looking for messages, or sometimes you feel like you need to say something to people, then that's because you're literally having things pushed through you, and they're connected to your second house of the gifts that you have been given in order to make an earning for yourself in this life. So make a note of that. It's also important for me to mention here that this was held off till after you were 28, because there were some lessons you had to learn in being a fighter and sort of overcoming the parts of you that were susceptible to sort of melting into other people because of your sensitivity and your ability to understand where they come from. Now, with that being said, at the end of this, there's a little bit of Taurus, which means I feel like you might invest in like some weed or some animals or some plants or something in the future. Maybe you're good with cooking also, because this leads to your third house of the way that you communicate, the way that you connect to other people on a day-to-day basis, like your neighbors and things like that. And that is where your Lilith is, your dark feminine energy. So something about the amount of luxury or joy, or the way you use your voice, or the way that you just carry this air of prestige sort of triggers other people sometimes. You could be minding your business, but somebody just feels some type of way towards you. Just things that you have to note, the badge that you have to wear on you. And that's because your IC, which is who you are when nobody else is around, is somebody who is essentially dealing with a royal energy. And this has to do with the house you were raised in and the other incarnations you have had. You have done this many times, and a lot of these times it has been about finances for you. Because of the access that you are working on, you are trying to earn money through being exactly who you are. And with that being developed during your childhood, you were a bit of the artist, a bit of the peaceful child, the one who enjoyed space and just being outdoors and simple things, but also the great thinker. That great thinker thing for you goes to your fifth house of how you best communicate with others. You like to think, you like logic, you like questions, but also you're asking these questions because you care. And that's how you connect to children, especially. You pick up on other people's feelings or their needs. And once again, this might draw people to you even if you don't want them drawn to you. And it's also important for you to develop boundaries, especially in regards to using these skills at work. Because the sixth house, which is the house of your day-to-day activities that you're meant to do to keep yourself balanced and to also be of service, requires you to use the things that come through you as inspiration, what you sort of do to keep yourself happy at home. Literally, all you have to do is share the stuff you do for yourself and show other people, and that will pull you into alignment with what you're meant to be doing. Because this seventh house is all about this Leo energy, which is about yourself, your self-expression, which we were just talking about here, your moon, which is your relationship with your mother, and your root connection to your family and what you came to do, which was once again held off. You see this line here, held off to after 28, for you to know exactly who you were and what you want to say creatively. Once you stepped into that, you'd realize, or other people will realize, even if you didn't, that your energy is all about healing. Your Jupiter, which is your luck and your expansion, the vertex, which is a karmic thing that is required to happen to you, your Venus, which is your values and how you earn money, and your power, your transformation are all in Virgo in your seventh house. So what that means is the way you appear to the public eye, but also the way you are in your partnerships helps you grow, helps you thrive, helps increase more value in you every time you get in a relationship, whether it lasts or not. But I'm going to say that like your partner might actually be somebody who helps you with your business with this sort of setup, because you are taking just your ideas and having somebody else formulate them in a way that other people can benefit. Now I say this because this Virgo energy of the partner, the teamwork, goes into this eighth house of assets where you have your Uranus. Uranus is the planet of radical change. So once you started sharing what you do that is sort of practical and organized, and what has led you to be like the fighter you are, that's when the big boom would come in for the rest of the things you have. You have your Mars in Capricorn. I know I sort of jumped over there, but I saw this triangle, which was important. Your drive is in business. So as soon as other people, other business people see your drive, like that's what's pinging all of this together. You are going to take all the money you make from your creativity, from what you're showing in your creativity, and you're going to flip that and make assets, because that's what you've already done in the past in your partnerships, which we were discussing before. Now, getting down to what exactly your business is going to be has been quite interesting for me, but I see now with this Scorpio over here, you are sort of doing essentially what I'm doing. Your sun is in Scorpio, your Mercury, which is the way your mind works, and your Neptune, which connects back to what you're karmically doing for a business that I mentioned in the beginning, is in uncovering things. This is detective work. This is occult work, real estate, flipping other people's money. This is sex work, anything to do with death, taxes. And for your eighth house, this has to do with healing other people through difficult topics. So you are creating a belief system based upon everything you have overcome. And that is what you're going to be sharing or known for sharing based upon this MC, which is your idea of heaven on earth, being in Scorpio, somebody bringing light to the dark. But with the Sagittarius here, you're also going to be sharing the optimistic side of it. You're going to have a story to tell. And this leads to the tribe that you belong to, the group of people that are sort of going to back you up. So that's going to be people in foreign lands. This is definitely going to be done through the internet, but also other business people are going to admire that you have been such a pioneer with what it is that you are going to be doing that is sort of going to attract a different crowd to you. Like maybe one day you start a business a certain way, and whatever business you start is so good that it inspires other people to start similar ones like it. So you end up training them, is essentially the energy here. So Terri, thank you so much for this opportunity. And please let me know if you have any other questions. This is your life script.